Hello everyone and welcome to another live stream. You probably watched the first part of the stream. Joe obviously needs help to finish the build. That's why I'm here. Just kidding. Before we actually move forward with the live build, a word from our sponsors, Matrix7. We've seen some report that there's some echo, and since we heard that you like some delays, we will put some more delay in your delay, and now we will roll a recap of the first part of this live build while we fix the echo.
Faster.
Joe said that this recap seemed much faster than he remembers the actual build.
I seem to recall it was about 3 hours now.
Yeah. So now that we have seen the recap and we have the build as here it is now, Joe, what's going to be the next step?
Well, I think the first step is a confession of what I did in between 2 weeks ago on the first Matrix Day on the 7th and our second Matrix 7 day, which is the 21st of July today. There's one more left in the month if we really mess things up today. No, but in between the streams, I realized when I came to put the front panel on at the end, there was a little tiny gap here, and that's because I'd put the radiator in the front position, and the pin which holds the front panel of the case on hit the rad, so I had to move it back, and that's because this radiator is so long, it's like a perfect fit for the case, the 480. That I'm like offsetting the tubes back into the case, if that makes sense. But if you had a 420, then it could go further back and you could offset forward. So it's not that it doesn't fit, it's that it didn't fit where I put it.
You do realize that if you don't finish it today, it has to be on the 28th.
It has to be on the 28th. It's not
7, 21, 28,
yeah.
7.
And then it's over for the year because there's no 14th month. Yeah. Maybe we should bring one in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna leak test it first, as we should, just to be cautious, and then we'll fill it up before any cabling, I think, just in case there's another problem. You know, while the power supply is out, it's easier just to turn the pump on, and then with it filled, it's cable management and comments till the end.
Yeah. There are two very convenient ports on the back side. One is for filling and one is for draining, and one of it is going to be used for the leak testing now. Leak tester, should I flip it?
It's leak tester time, let's turn it around.
It's heavy. It's a heavy boy.
Are we showing the front or the back?
It's the side is...
Okay.
I think the side is enough. There's also a drain at the front. Audio is very low, Joe is loud. I might just speak louder.
I feel like I was probably quieter before the show and then got my level put up.
Pumped up.
Yeah, a bit louder when the show starts.
Just like every drummer. They're like, okay, practice. And then they go wild when they start playing.
Okay, so we've got that in. We've got a flex leak tester with extra flex so that you can see it and it's not hidden, that only we can look at it in person and you can't see it on cam.
And it's called flex because it's really flexible. You like don't have to go inside the build.
I think I'm gonna do a half bar when I get there. This is a big loop.
Yep. Always stick to the manual. Don't try to test distro plates at 2 bars and stuff like that.
There we go, perfectly on half.
Because
I'll turn it around.
they will explode. Actually, we should do that on camera.
Explosion on camera.
No, like,
I mean, sometimes it's not as dramatic as others.
yeah, we should still do it. Like, what happens if you overpressure stuff? That's a very good content, right?
I mean, I think if you go really too far too fast with the distro, then the screws can like pop out like shirt buttons, just in a sequence, like bang, bang, bang. It's normally on the long side where there's one row of screws in the next to the reservoir.
Does this mean that we need also a high-speed camera?
Yes. Like where there are 2 channels and the screws are really close together, it's super strong. But in the middle of the reservoir, the plexi like bulges out, and then the bulge sends a ripple along it. It's quite dramatic.
I want to see it now.
How's this going? It moved a tiny bit. I think that's because I'm shaking it around. But it's steady now. Hope it's all good.
But you didn't test it for 24 hours, Joe.
I think the plug. I think the plug is a tiny loose.
Yeah, but
Tiny bit.
we have seen some comments about leak testing. Like, some people think that the longer that you wait, that the better the results. But it's actually the opposite with the leak testers. Because of fluctuations in the room temperature, moisture levels, everything, if you actually leave it for longer, you might get a false reading that the pressure dropped, like it's a leak, but actually it's just the pressure responding to the ambient. So don't leak test for more than what, 1 minute, 2 minutes, the most.
Yeah. But unless, I don't know, maybe if you have a reason that you want to test at a really low pressure, like you had, I don't know, some kind of really fragile tubing run that was, I don't know, you have a temperature, inline temperature sensor suspended off it and you don't want to go like high pressure for risk of blowing it apart, or you have a part which you know is really weak in the loop, then if you test at a low pressure,
You can
test for longer. Yeah, I'm happy with this now. He's not moving. He's good.
5 minutes from the crowd. Yeah, 5 minutes is still understandable, but who has 5 minutes? I don't have 5 minutes.
Ooh, interesting question. Where would you recommend and not recommend to place a temp sensor? I mean, if it's a temp sensor, literally a sensor on a plug, then on any port really where you have flow over it, you know,
I mean,
the coolant temp will be normalized.
Depends what you're after. If you are after like in and out from the CPU, then you put it on the in and out, and then you see the difference, or the
but
radiator.
Avoid parts where the coolant's not moving, like the edge of a reservoir or something.
But I think that even there it would give a good reading.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. But would just take longer though, because you'll be relying on the coolant mixing in the reservoir to impact it. So, yeah. Anyway, but if it's like an inline sensor, you know, maybe one that EK Waterblocks doesn't make yet.
Yeah, but
I really hate seeing them in the middle of a tube run. Like mount them on a male-male rotary and put them at one side so they don't stress all the tubing.
yeah,
you know, it's in the center and it like hangs down.
People usually put it somewhere really in the middle. I guess the ones that are available on the market are pretty lightweight. I haven't used any of them yet.
Yeah, but there's coolant in there.
Yeah,
They're lightweight when you get them, but you know, there's a big space in there, lots of coolant. I'm happy. It's time to get this out.
Leak just a happy leak. That's the sound that we want to hear. That means that there was actually air inside there.
Yeah, I would be very confused if it had half bar and there was no sound. What's the new max radiator config? So what we have here is the maximum in the top. There's a P480 at the top. You could go also with a P420 if you prefer. It's similar overall area.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't think there's much in it. And in the front, there's space for a 360. You could choose, like we have here, a P360. There is just enough clearance from the pump to go up to an X if you want to.
But you have to skip the bottom fan, right?
No. There's like a perfect 14 millimeters here that you would fit the next size radiator.
Okay.
And if you want to, you can also do push-pull on the front rad by removing the dust filter inside the panel. Like the other fan will fit, you just don't have the filtering in. The top rad, we made it so the fans are on the outside. We don't like doing that. We'd prefer to put them on the inside just so the thickness of the fan's not a factor. But here, the bracket that the radiator mounts on is not flat.
Ah, okay.
So if you try to put our big radiator against the top of the case, then it ends up a bit wonky.
I mean, it's also for visual preferences, it's nicer to have the fans from below, but actually for performance, if you would put it in a pull, this
is the best, yeah.
Yeah.
Performance-wise, this is the best. Pull at the front, pull at the top. It's as good as it gets. I saw someone asked why no X in the top. As you can see, so we had straight tubes to the distro plate. We actually used the spot in between the two radiators.
Let me put it like this.
Yeah.
There's more.
It's pretty dark.
Oh, that.
Yeah. So we're using the space between the two radiators to route to the distro plate, so we can do it in straight lines. If we had an X, obviously these fittings would all hit the front rad, and then you'd have to choose only a 240 on the front.
The ports at the back and make very long tubes somehow. Yeah,
really long, strange tubes that go across the system and get in the way of your cables and all kinds of stuff. So that's the cleanest way. And remember that the new P is much thicker than the old PE.
And it's much better than the old P.
Yeah. So
this is more than enough cooling power, like.
Yeah, I mean the X now. This is something we touched upon in the radiator video, but the X now is not actually superior if you're running relatively normal fans. Let's say like domestic fans, until you get to industrial spec, high speed, push pull, like extra thick fans. The X won't show
its benefits.
Any benefit over the P. So this is definitely the ultimate config you can fit in this case for thermals and for airflow and for noise and for dust filtering. So we're really pleased that we have the XL distro now and not just trying to use the distro that was made for the R6. So this also fits the Meshify.
Hello, Ben. Ben's here.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Snaff, I think Justin's here too. I saw Justin earlier on. Nice.
But if you switch to the top rad, yeah. I mean, yeah, you can use soft tube, but that's not the. I mean, It's a bit wonky for me when you see distros with soft tubes. It's like, at least for me,
Yeah, a manifold with soft tubes makes some sense.
maybe someone likes it, but maybe with ZMT it will look okay, but when you do distro with clear tubes, with soft clear tubes, it's just like, eh. For me, at least.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just make the same distro from acetal once, just for fun.
I think like long, straight,
Acetal
soft
pieces.
tubes look really weird.
Yeah.
If you're making short ones or flowing ones, but where they're parallel, where both ports are going from one component to another,
Ooh, spaghetti.
it's a bit funny.
Spaghetti.
Yeah, I guess coolant time.
Cool. Already.
I mean, we need to rig up the power supply, and for that we'll need the 24 pin, so we can open our cable mod. Props to cable mod, so we don't have to make a 12-hour live stream.
Do you want to plug in an EK product before we plug in cable mod? I mean,
Oh,
we love cable mod, but there's a new product in the shop that's released just today. It's the mousepad that you have been waiting for. Actually, not. It's close. Then we have a top-down camera, kinda, right? So this is the mousepad that you want, but the mousepad that you can get for now. We will just replace this one.
yeah, this is the mouse pad she tells you not to worry about.
Yeah, exactly. So we have a few mouse pads in the shop. These are plain mouse pads with the small discrete EK logo in the corner, but the main point here is that we have 4 sizes. We have the S, M, like small, medium, large, and then the extra large. And this is actually very nice for building PCs. It is not a proper mod mat, but it's a good enough start to save your desk and
save your PC, which is
Yeah.
far more important and expensive than your desk.
we have 4 black ones and 1 gray one. I will just use this opportunity to
I've never seen the grey one.
do some sales plug-in. That's why I'm here, actually. Joe does the build, I do the sales. The gray actually looks really, really nice.
That's not grey.
That's not gray. Oh, no, no, it is. The gray looks like silverish, and it works really nicely with white builds.
Or Seth and titanium builds.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a good match.
Ooh. Ah.
Oh, let's get one.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
Intentional, unintentional.
that's great.
Great. That's a great mouse pad. Anyway, I'm gonna fold the gray one up and I'm gonna keep it for my desk later. Yes, I'm gonna keep it. And we can put back the build and do the cables. Cable gun.
No, coolant.
Coolant first.
Yep. So the cables don't get wet.
Anyways, check the shop. The mouse pads are in the shop. You have the press release on the page. You can read about the pads. Actually, we have 3 sizes and 1 coaster.
Yeah,
Because
one tiny one.
Because the small is pretty small.
You can maybe eat your lunch off it if you're not too hungry.
Eagles? No, coolant. Blue coolant?
Blue coolant.
Blue one.
I already got it ready.
You gonna fill it from the back?
Yep.
That sounded wrong.
Okay. We need power. We need a 24 pin, which I got.
Woo! I thought it's gonna be boring and black. It's blue. 24. 24. Have you got the 24 already? Or I'm blind?
Is Joe going to use panel comms?
Oh, you have the...
I'm going to use the sad little comms that I've got. I'm not happy about using comms, but I know how long a live stream becomes when I make cables.
Yeah.
It's too long.
You can just slide them all the way to the other side and that's it.
I think that's the difference for me, you know. If it's a build that we're going to rate as never take apart ever, I'll make the cables.
Yeah. Or I make you do the cables.
Oh, like your build. Okay, we've got power down here. Oh, we need the SATA power cable for this pump.
SATA or SATA.
I've got my power supply tester, which is like a really old school little...
really old school. I got that.
It's so old school that you can't test 8-pin PCIe with it.
I got that when I got employed at that EK, and people started losing cables from like power supplies, and I said like, okay, we needed the power supply tester, so it's like.
But they're really useful because they beep, and when you fill in, it's nice to know the little beep when the pump turns on, so you know what's happening. If you can't see it, you haven't accidentally turned it on.
Maybe we just need to buy some newer ones. Hello, top down, not much to see. Or I can just do this.
Okay, there it is. That's the pump.
I'm gonna read some comments. We can have as many rubber mats as we like. I'd love to put these. Put it on the floor. Sleep ZMT. Actually, Sleep ZMT is something I'm still working on again. If someone remembers the Phoenix MLC AIO expandable QDC, we still have millions of that tubing in the warehouse, and I'm gonna try to put it in the shop.
I've got to do cables for everybody. Ah.
Maybe there's a new calling for you.
Yeah.
Just do cables.
If only it was faster.
Or maybe we make a cable factory.
Oh no, I've got the new mouse pad already.
Oh, that's something I need to write on the product page for the mouse pads.
Yeah.
If you're
gonna spill coolant on it, don't get the grey one.
Yeah, and also if you want to clean it, just dishwasher soap is fine.
Can I put it in the dishwasher?
Like Der Bauer does with the boards.
Yep.
I think the dishwasher wouldn't be the best choice.
Okay. I hope we're ready.
Okay, fill it. What's the capacity of the distro? Like half a liter?
Yeah, this is a big one. It's much bigger than the first. Oh,
it's leaking, stop!
What? Fine.
I just love doing that. It is a big one. Look at the camera.
Yeah, I think that's already practically half a liter in there, and it's barely gone into the radiator.
Look at that camera work right there.
Nice, let's go.
3, 2, 1, go. P360 will work good with low. Yes, exactly. Waterproof. Yeah, the mousepad is practically waterproof. Like it won't get destroyed if you get water on it. So it's waterproof, but it'll get stained. I wouldn't mind some sleeve ZMT. Jerome, drop me a message and we'll see what we can do under the table. If you know what I mean. Is there anything in your specs for the rads to indicate the power wattage capacity? Not yet, but...
It's 1 liter already.
Wow. Not yet, but the same as we have made pretty nice blogs about our previous generation of radiators, where we had the graphs of like relevant performance between the SP, SE, PE and XE. We will do the same in the near future for the new rads, because we plan to keep them around for quite a few years. So we will do multiple content on the radiators and stuff like that.
But there is also like no straight answer to that question.
Yeah, there's no straight.
Yeah, it's always going to be relative to the fans, to the fan speed, to everything, to, you know, every other factor, the temperature difference that's acceptable for you. So like theoretically a 120 radiator can deal with 2000 or 3000 or 1,000,000 watts if the temperature difference is infinite.
If you're interested more in this, check out our blogs, because there we explain things like the radiator efficiency drastically increases as the coolant temperature difference
yeah.
from the ambient. So if there's a huge difference between the ambient and the coolant temperature, the radiator will start performing drastically better, which doesn't mean that the temperatures will be acceptable for you. So that's the whole point of like radiator performance charts.
It's a loop.
It's a loop, and you're 1.5 liters in.
Yep.
Loop de loop. Do you have an SSD in there?
No.
So you'll have rainbows.
We're gonna have rainbows if we turn it on, unfortunately.
Oh well.
If we get that far.
What's wrong with my chat? Let's read some comments. Can I remove my red top and bottom? With the pushing again. Out distro. I would like to flush. That's again. What? Can I remove? Sorry, nope. Yep. Time to open Outlook. Yes, that's how you do it. Or just...
I think Dennis was asking, can you remove push-in
from the distro?
From the distro.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, you can. You can't use them an unlimited number of times. Like, it's not a thread. The O-ring on the outside will get cut eventually. Just inspect it when it goes back, basically, and if it's free from any slashes or missing flakes of rubber left inside the hole, then it's all good.
I mean, you would really have to be violent to damage the O-ring.
Yeah, some people are violent.
Okay. Fair enough. I've changed my pump on my distro plate from the DDC 4.2 to 4.3.
Skip. 4 point what?
4.3. How did he get 4.3?
What is 4.3?
I have no idea. Doesn't have the wings and the spinning the wheel, will still work. Our products, EK products, are
I think he's describing 4.1 and 4.2.
Maybe we will see if he states.
And yeah, it's fine. Every DDC pump housing is generally made for the one that is covered.
Yeah.
And the open one also works, but it's not as efficient.
But he's describing that the 4.3 looks different, and this is what I'm concerned now, that he doesn't have a genuine DDC, that there's something that someone calls 4.3, and it's not a... Okay. He's switched from the 4.1
Yeah.
to the 4.2.
Yeah, that's what we thought. Yeah, so the 4.1 is open vein pump, where you can see all the little ribs just like a fan, and that's not quite as efficient for a pump.
Yeah.
But it does work, and the 4.2 is what every distro, every reservoir, every pump top is designed for. So you'll be absolutely fine with the 4.2.
Yeah, you've actually done a good upgrade. Are the Vector 2 blocks cross-compatible with some hardware changes without buying a complete new one?
Sometimes, if both cards are on the compatibility list, yeah. So you can change sometimes from a 3080 to a 3090, sometimes.
TI.
3080 Ti is okay, but not 90 Ti. That's
exactly
because NVIDIA mandated the PCIe 5 power connector, so they're all a bit different.
It's gonna be fun when the new GPU pops. You'll see what kind of power cables we will be facing.
Did I lose the plug?
What? There's the plug.
Ah, that's my plug. Okay.
What plug? Is the 694 mm bridge Matrix7 compliant? It is, right?
Yes.
The bridge.
The Z690 one is. Yep. Everything with a 2. So every second generation product, every Momentum 2, every Velocity 2, every Vector 2, it's all made Matrix 7 in mind.
If you say that, we might mess up the naming. Let me check.
It's called Momentum 2.
Is it?
Yeah, because it's got the sticker on and it says Momentum 2 and
okay.
Everything's all good.
Let me just check.
Everything's all good, right?
Bridge.
Right?
Yes, it does. It does. Everything with the 2 is, I mean, the radiators don't have a 2 yet, they're still a 2.
Yeah, okay, so yeah. But everything with a 2 does, and some of the things without a 2 also are compatible.
I just got the Evo, it's great, impossible directly. There's the bottom rad to the distro push-in extender does.
The bottom rad doesn't have the push-in on the Evo because the case is so short. There's not enough room to slide it. There isn't 10 millimeters of space to push it in. So the Evo, you use tubes on the bottom and not the push-in, guys.
New fans, the fans is actually a very long story, and they're well, not soon.
2 kilos heavier now.
Yeah. So the new fans are not on the map.
This is filling up nicely.
Yep. It's not even loud.
It's not loud, not many bubbles. Just one.
No bubbles, no troubles. Face plans are probably coming next year. I'm not gonna say anything. Many people have problems with solid fluids. I saw a block. So there's something with the solid coolants and every coolant that has suspended particles that we will do a educational campaign on, and I think that we will try to onboard some YouTubers as well. I haven't got the physics terms right yet, but I'll try to explain it why flushing with distilled water can kill your coolant which has suspended particles. The way I remember is that distilled water has nothing in it, zero. It has no minerals, and it's actually pulling everything to itself, including particles which are on the surface of the nickel plating. And then when you flush it with distilled water, the block gets ionized, right?
Yeah, so it's not just complete particles, but you know, like ions, and it makes the particles unstable. That's contacting.
So since the coolant is like relying on electrostatic charge to maintain the particles suspended and apart from each other. When you flush the loop with distilled water, your block gets ionized, which means it will then affect the charge between the particles, which is in the coolant. We had quite a few experiences where the support team was contacted by the customer, and he says that his coolant died within 1 week. And then we said, did you flush it with distilled water? Yes. We have sent the guy a bottle of clear coolant, and we sent him a bottle of the same coolant new. When he flushed his loop with the clear coolant and he put in the solid coolant, he had no problems whatsoever. So this is something that we will start educating soon, and we will also have a cleaning flushing product available from EK soon. I know that this is something that people wanted to have. We have worked on it for quite a while, and while we were doing this product, we've actually came to this scientific explanation about why distilled water can kill your solid coolant or coolant which has suspended particles.
Yep, and then there's also the same argument to be said for nickel plating, in which it's trying to steal ions from the plating, and because it's only thin, then you can prematurely damage the nickel plating. If you repeat the process, you don't make it better, you make it much worse. I don't know, there was a crazy example where someone did it with mixed metals in a loop with aluminium, and actually burnt a hole through the aluminium of the block. Yeah, because they kept replacing it every week. They're like, oh, it's getting dirty, it's contaminated, the block doesn't look right, I'll put distilled water in it again, and again, and that's it, you know. Yeah. Every time you take that dirt out, you're taking something out. So there's really no place for distilled water on its own, except for if you have 100% copper loop.
Yeah.
And zero nickel plating. And I'm very sure that you don't.
But still you have the risk of growing stuff in your loop.
Okay, I mean, that's mitigated if it's all acetyl, if it's all ZMT, and there's no light in the loop and you live in the basement. Then maybe pure distilled, there's no advantage to it, but you can get away with it.
Yeah, you can get away with it, and there are people who had really good experiences, like 7 years on distilled water, but it's not recommended for the general public because things can go wrong, and then you will end up hating custom loop liquid cooling for the rest of your life.
And 7 years ago, maybe it was possible to have a loop with no platings and no solid coolant and all of that stuff, but now I don't think you can piece together a whole loop from our portfolio with zero platings, because you can't get brass fittings. That's the first one. There are no plain brass or plain copper fittings without plating, and that's it. No loop.
Nathan asked about flushing the rads. Actually, flushing the rad with plain soapy water, or like plain water and a little vinegar, would be the best. If you live in a country where the tap water is not heavily contaminated. So if you have tap water which is good for bathing and stuff like that, it's actually better to flush your radiators with tap water than to use distilled water.
But if you really want to be cautious, the absolute best thing to flush any loop with is the coolant which you will use, because it will very quickly contaminate the first coolant, and then you throw it out, and then everything's prepared nicely for the real coolant.
Clear coolant, and that's it.
Yep. Back to our build though, we're happy going directly in with this navy blue coolant.
Yep. This is actually a fun story, at least for me. I've never flushed a radiator ever in my life.
No.
Ever. I have never had coolant failure, ever.
I flushed when I tried to change the color, and it went terribly. I tried to go from red to something, and I just ended up with pink forever. And I tried to go from, this was a brave one, from Aurora gray, you know, with mica particles inside, to clear.
Oh.
And it was, you know, I had it like set up like in the sink, like running clean water through it, not under pressure, but just running clean water through the radiator for hours. Coolant flushed it a few times, let it dry out completely, put clear coolant in. The first time I turned it on was just a stream of Aurora particles.
Did you shake it?
Yeah, everything.
I don't know.
It was literally the first time I turned it on. I was like, it's going to be beautiful clear coolant.
No.
Whee!
Sand. Here's some sand.
It had more particles then than it ever did when it was grey.
This block bleeds so well, even if it's in a vertical setup. You have only two little bubbles stuck, and the pump is not even on 100%, right?
No, it's just plugged into SATA, so it should be.
Okay.
It's full speed.
It's so quiet.
It is quiet.
Used crying for fuel blood red for 6 years now. Never any fallout.
Probably time for a change. Not the same coolant for 6 years, right?
Dennis says that he flushed the radiator and he had little particles. Yes, you can find manufacturing dirt inside radiators, and if you're really anal about your loop and you want it to be maximum clear, yeah, sure, flush it, blow it out with an air compressor or like whatever. Sure, you can do it. My point was that I've never flushed a radiator ever in my life. I have never I have never seen dirt being stuck between the fins. The only dirt that was stuck between the fins was my error about not cleaning the tubes well enough when I was cutting them. And this was the only dirt ever which I saw in my build.
Yeah, I had some red go purple after a long time once. But, I don't know, just changed it back to red. No drama.
Johannes supports our topic on the coolant flushing, and I think that we will have this product ready somewhere in September. And we will also run a beta testing on this coolant loop cleaner flushing thing. So keep your eyes peeled. You might be one of them. Oh, Dushan's back. Hello, Dushan. What case model would be the ultimate pick for someone who just care about water cooling performance? I would have an XL. I would have an XL. This one.
Yeah, both the XLs are great.
Yeah.
I like them both.
Everything that's XL is great. Just saying.
What are you saying? Oh, the other. Yeah. Yeah.
I hope we answered. I mean, the ultimate, if you want to keep everything inside the case, and this is reasonable, like you don't need more than this. This is fine. Oh, you are clicking.
I'm talking.
Sounds good. Where is the best place to put the drain valve on a distro plate? The bottom. The lower that you can get, and each Matrix7 Reflection 2 series distro has it clearly marked in the installation manual, right?
Yeah, there's a special place for it where we've left enough room for the drain valve itself and for any tube that you might need to connect to it. Sometimes it might help to mount it on a rotary fitting in case of it being partially blocked. In this distro, you can see it's right above the pump there in the front. Looks pretty sweet there, and there is one at the very bottom on the back. So if you drained the reservoir from the front, but you still have coolant in that front radiator, you can flip it down onto its front, attach a tube to this back one at the bottom, and then
flip it back.
Then you'll get all of it.
Someone's asking, should I flush any of my new components? Fittings, CPU blocks, GPU blocks, never. Never flush new stuff, because you can just do more damage by flushing new stuff. You can flush radiators if you really want to like have a really clean build, because some radiators have some dirt from the manufacturing, but this is like something that would not affect your coolant or your build, at least the radiators from EK. Now about other manufacturers, I can't really guarantee. I know that there was one manufacturer which I won't mention, with which we tied the depth of solid coolants to that specific radiator manufacturer, but I guess that they have changed their manufacturing since, and we don't see any more reports of the coolant.
I don't think you can get that radiator anymore.
Or that, I don't know.
I hope not. Nobody deserved that.
Yeah, EK glass tube, yeah, I sure hope so. So about flushing, you can flush your radiators if you have normal tap water without crazy acidic stuff in it and stuff like that. Just flush it with tap water. That's enough. If you want to go crazy, 5% vinegar flush, but that's like really going crazy. But afterwards, if you put vinegar in your radiator, make sure to really flush it in. Really.
Okay, what are we connecting today? So there's just two fan connectors to find for each set of fans, and two corresponding RGBs.
One PWM from the pump.
One from the pump. So one is down there, right, from the fans.
US tap water is a big no. Any ETA on metal tubes? Yeah, the metal tubes have unfortunately been frequently delayed until we can come to an agreement with the supplier about cosmetical defects, which is none. So actually, I think that we will have a small batch within a few weeks. So keep your eyes peeled.
Do you have any fan extensions around?
Don't we have them in the box which was there? Now that box is gone.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Oh, like fan extension.
Yep. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay, we've got that.
Thanks for answering here. I would have had to annoy Joe. Yeah.
Oh, what?
Joe. Yeah.
Who's this?
Joker Dennis.
Ah, Dennis.
Glass tube. Yeah, I wish we had glass tubes, and I think that one day we will have it. We are also talking about carbon fiber tubes for a while, but until we find the right supplier for it, just is Dave here? Oh yes, Dave's here.
Yay, Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Any ET for the new fan? Sadly, no. Sadly, no. And well, there might be something which is like the new fan, but it's not the new fan, but it's something that might make everyone happy for a while. So stay tuned. Never say no. Ask us something that I can say that we have it. Ask me about mouse pads.
Yeah, but now I want the muddy one.
Okay. Don't remind them, Joe.
I mean, I like the black one.
Yeah, the black one's good, but the white one. is superior. I mean, the gray silver.
Sent in titanium fabric.
Doesn't titanium mouse pad, and look at it once again. Look at that, shiny. It's actually very cool. Me likey. Does anyone know what does CMS stand for? If someone writes the correct answer for CMS, he will get a mouse pad. There, I've said it.
Wow.
I think it's written in the press release or on the product page. So.
It might be. I think our founder is going to get a free mouse pad. Okay, so there's two DRGBs on the side. There's two fans there. Yeah.
Cable management system, yay!
Oh, who got the mouse pad?
Nick.
Nick.
Ah, Nick was the first one.
Which Nick is that?
It's a Nick with a Q.
He can't be operating the camera and cheating at the same time.
I don't think that's that Nick.
Okay. I'm sus.
Anyway, Nick, let's try to be in touch somehow. Send me emails, find me on Facebook, something. Easy win, yeah. And we will sort out the mouse pad. Cable management system indeed.
I need a cable management system. I'm going to do the small cables first, so I can cover them up with the big cables. That's the best plan I've got.
Dave says the build needs more orange.
No, it's blue.
You're gonna put some.
I think blue and black is like the build opposite to white and orange. It's like the anti-build for
Dave.
For Dave, yeah.
Let's start unpacking cables.
Well, I'm not sure which ones I need. How many RGB have I got? I've got 1, 2,
no, but like
3.
GPU cables.
I've got 4 from blocks, because there's 2 on the GPU, 1 on the CPU, 1 on the distro. And then I've got 2 more from the fans. So I guess a 2-way and a 4-way.
I mean, this one.
Oh, not that one.
You have only 6-way. You said 4-way?
2 and 4.
Okay. Shopping. Sleeves said that cable management is important. He's giving off his mouse pad. Oh no!
What?
Why? Take the mouse pad. Jerome will get sleeved cables. That's enough.
Do I have to make them?
This is not 4-way. It's 3-way.
Well, yeah, it says 3.
Yeah. Then does it mean we don't have 4-way here? Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
okay.
Oh, it's 6 and 3. 3. 3. 6. What did I just say? 666? Oh no, I'm gonna get in trouble. Anyway, Nick, are you sure that you want to give him the pad?
Oh, me and Dave are combining
Okay.
powers.
He's giving up the pad. Now he doesn't want the pad. I'm gonna take the pad. Someone wants the pad. We can check who was the second fastest. Yeah, Jerome was the second feather, but he that doesn't want it.
This board.
Then we are left with H2O computers.
Do we have a pump header?
Probably.
Where?
I have a feeling that the rest of this chat will be about who's gonna get the pad.
Oh, water pump too. I'll take that. I don't even care where water pump one is.
Yes, I'm tired of being alone.
Sorry, Attila.
Yeah, we just had a random guy called Naked HD, tired of being alone, which
Sounds legit.
which Dave just sadly banned.
Dave just commandeered him for him. He's just being selfish.
What graphics card is this? Is it the 4, the Win 3080 probably, because we are too poor for a 3090, right?
Yep. Low hash rate, because
That's it.
it's also...
Any plan for more sustainable packaging on your products? Define sustainable. You mean more eco-friendly, more recyclable, or
Or maybe more reusable. Like, you can do something else with it.
okay? We will wait for him to clarify about what does he actually mean about sustainable.
I need your cable plugger.
Cable plugger coming soon.
Okay.
TM. Now you want it, right?
Yeah, I don't know if I can do this.
Do you want me to slide the combs all the way back? Or just leave them at the front?
I don't know. I just want this plugged in.
Anyway, if Nick doesn't want, and if Jerome doesn't want it, then H2O computers, find me on Facebook, message me. You can't miss my name and face. Just pretty straightforward. 100% plastic-free packaging. I totally agree, and some of us are working on it.
Should we make plastic-free products? More full metal?
I mean, plastic can be recycled, but we do agree on the plastic packaging. For some products, it's inevitable for now, but we are looking into different, more eco-friendly ways of packaging. But until then, all of the packaging is recyclable.
How much front panel stuff should I do? Just the power button.
Yeah?
All the other stuff, who uses it? No one.
Just the power.
Yeah.
I kind of like the flashing. So now he wants the mouse pad. Come on. Can be doesn't mean exactly. I know, but this is also something that the general public has to obtain, that recycling is a good thing. Ah, he wants the mouse pad again. I guess we'll just have to ship three mouse pads.
Do we have 3?
I mean, we have thousands.
Okay. I thought they were coming soon.
No, in the shop we have thousands. Let's cut up the front IO cables.
Do you think the motherboard came with the thing that they all go on?
The Asus thingy.
Yeah.
I can look for one.
I think the box is there.
Yeah.
I guess this is the crosshair. Let's have a look.
It's an Aorus box? No, it's not. It's a tough.
Hey, there he is.
You think that this will make your life much easier?
No.
Oh look, 3-way splitter.
Whoa, Asus boards everywhere.
Asus split. Ooh, heavy splitter.
It's a race between...
There you have it.
Oh god.
There you have it.
Oh, okay. More Asus boards.
Job done. What is it?
Ah, that's the Asus board we're actually using. Up.
Is he trying to bury us
Been
with...
trolled. Ah.
Is he trying to bury us with Asus boards? Someone's gonna say that this video has been sponsored.
A hero, yeah, yeah. Yeah, come to think of it, just, yeah, everything here is Asus board.
Do you really want my used crew shirt? It's
You don't want that.
it's not gonna smell good.
If you want some crew shirts, somewhere in Taiwan there's a bin with about 6, because it is hot there.
It was on. Where did it go? I thought you took it.
No!
Quick, replay. Where did it go?
God damn it. Ah! Back
Right
to the
there.
Asus board. Did it go under the build?
I don't know.
No?
Wow. If someone watched it, or if someone is watching, replay the video and let us know where did the pin thingy go.
How many of these have we got?
Wow. A lot.
Do you get this with every Asus board? We're going to have to make a block for it and put 4 of them in one build.
How many M.2s on this? 2 only?
I bet you can raid it though. Do you think you can raid multiple?
Yeah, 2 of them. Yep, liquid cool it. Just like that.
Nice.
I heard that you're going to build a custom loop with Leo from Giguru. Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're sending Dave to do that, right?
And there's also going to be something really special on Kid Guru soon, so watch them. Is it going to be Monday or no? Did they say a specific date?
Oh, they're trying to do it tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe as soon as tomorrow. Power ground. Reset ground.
Such nice stickers. One day EK will have such nice stickers.
Power switch. Power switch.
Talking about plastic bags, we're not the only offenders.
Plastic is a funny subject because everyone sort of demanded it for the whole like peel porn culture of peeling every single product you had, and we got that. But then you want plastic to go away elsewhere. But you know, peels are made out of plastic, just so you know.
Yeah. We will do peel cardboard.
So satisfying.
Anyway, back to the mouse pad.
Oh yeah, the task at hand, selling the mouse mats.
So like, if Nick, Jerome, and H2 Computer send me a message, everyone will get the pad. So that we don't have it mixed, like who will get the pad. On the screen, Yaka, when is the screen coming? I think it's a few weeks only. Let me check our roadmap.
That sounded a lot like a soon TM.
Yeah, we're gonna check the roadmap live on.
Our roadmap does not have dates. It just has soon, very soon.
Yeah, soonish.
Yeah.
Sooner.
Soonest.
Soonest. Yeah.
What's longer than soon?
Actually, 7-inch screen on the 29th. If I'm live, I'm gonna give a mousepad to everyone. Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's soon.
Yeah.
Very soon, TM.
Nice. Nice.
How much for the display? I think it's gonna be pretty expensive, around 120. 130.
But we made it shiny.
Yeah, we made it
Really shiny.
massive and shiny. Should I bring one of the newer samples?
Do you have a shiny one? We never showed the shiny one on the stream.
If the cameraman allows me to walk outside and try to find it, I'm gonna try and find it.
Okay, I'll try not to give away too many mouse mats while you're gone.
Find the nickel one if you can. Also, the locker might be locked with the hardware so that the cleaning lady doesn't snatch hardware. So he might not be able to get it, but we'll see. Not so soon. Wait, screen for my turn soon. Yeah, we can all. Yeah. ASAP.
I did all the front panel I'm going to do. I plugged in the pump and fans, so that just leaves RGB. This is so much more manageable with these fans.
Yeah.
Building with the old fans, each with their own RGB. That's where the issue was.
I still prefer these fans.
So what splitters did we get?
4 and 6. 3 and 6.
What about 2?
No. Only 1 as an extender.
How about
3.
in the box? Six.
Would connect.
Huh.
Please don't. My day was so good until now, and now he asks me about Connect 2.
Connect 2 or Connect 2?
Connect 2. As in the next controller. And the next controller is still in development. And well, it's in development. So is the software. But we don't have any dates until we are sure that it's rock solid. So it's not gonna make an appearance. Okay, we have a build.
A whole build?
Yeah, we have a whole build.
That's a lot more than we asked for.
Because the screen is inside the build.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's also heavy boy. Shit.
Don't trip on your skateboard.
I have it. This is a build that was finished today for Shop the Loop. Oh, now it's back. Since it's shiny, I have to tilt it a bit so that you see it. Oh, there you have it. So there you have it. There's the nickel version. We have the black one and the silver one. On the 29th, it says. So it says. So which one do you like the best? Now I can move this away and get back to the bigger build, the blacker build.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye build.
Let's put it on the skateboard.
Got him.
And roll it away. So there you have seen the screen. And the whole...
Hello.
Look at him.
Hello.
So pushy. The whole frame of the screen is CNC machined from a big slab of aluminum. So we have done it again a bit. Is it a simple screen? It's a standalone screen which is connected to HDMI, which means that it will appear as a second or third or fifth desktop in your Windows or Linux. So which means that you can display anything that you want on it. Cartoons and anime, hardware info, NFTs.
It doesn't feel very attached.
Yes, the coolant that we're using is indeed navy blue. Yeah, having wheels on liquid cooled builds is a nice idea. I really want to build in the NZXT cases, but they have but I have absolutely no reason to do it. They're nice. Yeah. So the screen has 8 holes on the back, so it has the patterns the same as for the 120 fan, so holes which are 105 millimeters apart, and it has 2 sets of these holes so that you can put it up or down or in the middle, right?
Yeah.
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 We're also discussing to like include Velcro, but Velcro is not solid enough to hold it on one place. But if someone doesn't want to or can't use the screws, you just get some double-sided tape and slap it where you want it. Is there a mount for the O11D XL for the screen? Should I tell him?
Our last stream it was a secret and I was not allowed to tell people, but 2 weeks has passed.
I don't know, should I tell him or not?
I don't know, I mean, I feel like now I said that, I practically did.
Yeah. M3 tape for the win. I'm not gonna tell him.
You can figure it out from...
Yeah. Roll back the stream and just listen it over and over again. How many people do we have on the chat? A 100.
Ooh.
Wow. 100 people find us amusing, Joe. That's a good compliment.
Oh, I keep pulling like
Will the
that.
screen fit the Leon O11 without obstructing tubes? Well, you can have multiple places to put it inside the case, so it really depends on where you put it.
And where the tubes are.
Yeah, and the XL is quite a big case. So. Maybe there's a mount for the 7-inch screen on the XL. Well, not exactly, but yes. There, we didn't do it, but Yaka did. He spilled the beans.
Wow.
Kinda. This one went to sleep?
Yeah.
Wake up. Put a little makeup.
I wonder why his power is flashing on the GPU. That's strange. It worked for a long time. Huh.
Oh well.
Something sketchy.
They're still doing it.
Might power cycle it?
I'm gonna try it. If I can reach the power button. Nope. This is heavy as well. If you hear weird sounds, it's me.
It's still not happy. Okay, now try.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Well, it's not flashing yet.
Yeah, it's the usual hardware fix. Turn it off and on. It doesn't work with network. I hate network. Like when you have multiple modems and routers and Wi-Fi in your house. Yep, navy blue looks good, especially with the blue fittings. I think we're gonna sell some navy blue coolant.
Well, we had it in the very first quantum build. In the 909, that was the first time we ever put a velocity and a vector together.
The one unlocked with the screen is still a possible product. Yes, it's still a possible product, but we don't know when. Until we find the right screen. We find the screen which had burn-in. And we said, nope, need to find a better screen. Yeah, someone shares the love for network in the chat.
I thought you were hating network.
Yeah, love.
Oh, okay.
He's mentioning a hammer. Status not no. Molex is not needed, right? At all? For fans?
No?
No? No Molex needed.
Just literally one SATA power. That's the only accessory is the pump.
It's 2022 and we got rid of Molex.
Bye.
PSU. EPS. How many EPS? Oh! Hungry boy. 2
Yep.
EPSs. Unlabeled cape. EPS because it's 2 times 4. Okay. Interesting.
How about the power supply and it's hard to see. The power supply has PCIe, so the PCIe cables will have 2 of the same connector. Just watch out because some of them are 6 pins.
6 pin hidden like 8 pins.
Yeah.
So we don't need this one. This is also camouflaged as 8 pin. This is also camouflaged as. Wow.
Told you.
Will we have enough cables?
Yeah, there's some extras that were not in the box. They're still in like a packet on their own. There was some extras. I need more pins.
Okay.
Did you find it?
Yeah, but the funny part is that the 6 pin is on the power supply end. And then it goes into an 8 pin.
Yeah, 6 wires,
Yeah.
but it has 8 pins, right?
Yeah.
Good. Good.
There's 1, there's 2. But it's only. No, there's the 1. Good. Wow. Haven't read the comments for a while.
I can't see the comments. Is that because I'm where the comments should be?
No comments also.
Yeah.
Oh, there you have it. Comments are back.
I think it's my fault. I think I'm standing where the comments are.
Your videos are informative. Thank you very much for appreciating our input on the world of liquid cooling.
We were trying to be informative.
Yeah.
In the beginning. We showed you leak testing.
And then we got very informative about coolant.
Yeah, we went over informative and now we're slacking a little.
I have a question on the stuff. Pre-order, I gotta wait. Yes, you can add stuff to your order. Like Yaka said, contact support and tell them what do you want. Is there a price on the torsion case? Yeah. $1 million. There's no final price on the torsion case yet, but soon TM.
I hope it's 7 based as a joke. It's not gonna be 700. I know that.
Maybe we'll make a build. We'll put it in the Fluid Gaming shop. It will be 7,000.
No.
17,000.
No, it'll be 14,000.
Ah. Should I start plugging these in? I want to participate.
Yeah, plug them in and send them through. But I can't wrap them up until I've like cable tied this mess. I mean this
Mess.
not mess.
Which hole do you?
I need more cable ties.
Actually, I'm going to start with the EPSs while I still have room. This is the one. If you have seen the video, it's called Two Wheels One Guy.
Oh, I've seen the video.
This is two guys, one build. The tables have turned. Is the hook from the bottom or the top?
Generally the top. Generally it's on the outside.
Should be good. Why isn't it working out for me?
It's a PCIe cable.
No, it's 2x4, so it should work.
Oh, but they're not staying together.
They're not wanting to go in.
Alright, pins again.
Oh, there it is. Click. Click. Bit kind of click.
Give me some pins.
You need more pins. More pins.
There's one.
Are we using DDR4 or DDR5? DDR4.
4, yeah, because this is a...
Crosshair.
Yep.
I guess if I check my inbox, I will get 500 messages for some mousepad. Next product we'll put in the shop is an EK torch so that you can see inside the build. In these cramped spaces.
Any news on the all black radiators?
Yeah, it's still happening, but probably September or even later than that. First, we will make sure that we have a steady run on the normal for us normal radiators, and then we'll do the black. I'm afraid Joe might not be happy with my cable job.
What?
Yeah.
What's going on?
It is too tight. It's twisting and stuff.
Twisting and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or we'll just leave it like that.
I'm ready for cable ties.
You mean zip ties?
No. I'm not going to tie zips with them.
Or you want to say tweezers?
Tweezers?
You haven't watched The Verge.
Oh. But I lost them.
Maybe I buried it with my mousepad. Yep.
Ah. Yay.
I don't know if you approve of my cabling.
Why is it good?
I don't know.
Aha. Yes, but
I don't approve of it.
it's not good enough.
It's not good enough. Come out, come out.
I think that's always what dictates how good a build is going to be, is how much you're willing to approve.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how good you are, how many builds you've done, how anything is, are you prepared to do it again and again and again?
Irena, I don't know if I... No, Irena? She seems to like us, so we like her as well. She has a Hungarian surname, so, and she talks Slovenian and Serbian. Wow. This might turn out to be interesting. Second try. Well, I might be more happier with that than I was before. Nothing to see here, just two guys doing cables.
Quite poorly.
Also, it's quite hot in here. How is the weather at you? I know that it's very cold in Australia, right?
But it's extra cold because it's hot everywhere else.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
Because all of the heat goes from down under to up.
Okay.
Everyone knows that hot air goes up, Joe.
How to get back?
I love those comments where like people discuss temperature inside the case and like hot air goes up. Yes, but you have fans inside the case mixing it all up. You can't say that hot air goes up just because hot air goes up. You just can't.
I feel like they're just saying it out of politeness, you know, because the hot air wants to go up, you know, it'll be more willing to go if I put the fan in that direction, because it's used to it, right? It's what it does all the time.
They have some tools to push on this a bit without gouging the motherboard.
What's happening?
I just want to give it a nudge so that I'm sure that the bottom part is in. But are you happy with that?
It's definitely in.
Oh,
I think the only way you could have avoided making it like tight behind the radiators if you made a long loop, like over to this hole.
that's how I had it before.
It didn't look good. Oh, it's okay.
You can even do it now, like a
I
bit,
mean, I like it.
a bit sideways.
Can you pull just the inside wires so that it flattens them out? Like these four. Right?
Is this 14mm tubing? I would say yes.
Yeah, because it was Matrix7 there, and it still is.
Ooh.
14 tubing, 7XL,
14.3.
July, 3.5, right?
Zalman Resonator. I have at home in the basement two Zalman. How do you say it correctly? Resonator?
I don't know what you have in the basement.
You don't know what I have in the basement? They are mentioning it in the chat. Zalman.
Oh yeah, that's better.
Zalman Resonator 1. Because they had 3 of it. This one.
Ah, the long one. It's like the aluminium pressed over the tube. Is it copper?
No, just a hollow aluminium.
Oh, it's just aluminium.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
why. That's why the CPU block died.
Checks out.
Because the CPU block is gold-plated copper, and you got nice galvanic corrosion.
Beautiful.
If you go to the EK page at the blogs and you find the aluminium versus copper blog, in there you will find a photo of the actual CPU block which I got with the resonator that I bought many years ago. and you can see how galvanic corrosion looks like. And that block is actually in the photo studio up to this day, because the photo guy uses it as a stand to like prop up product.
It's a paperweight now.
Yeah. Anyway, I have two of those at home. One's blue and one's gray. I guess that Zellman was ahead of its time in a way.
Yeah, and at the same time just in a time of its own. Which may never come to exist.
Yeah. I really dig external passive ideas about cooling, and I always had the idea about either painting the inside of the respirator or something so that I can use it with a copper loop. But
why didn't they just press like a copper tube on the inside of it and solder it or anything?
Because extruding pure aluminium is easier. Maybe we should make the respirator 7 and make it good.
Are you ready?
I know who Irena is, but I never knew that that's her.
Oh yeah, Tsarina.
Yeah, cleaning lady.
Yeah, and you told her she was gonna steal the hardware. Luckily, she didn't understand.
Yeah. She came later.
She came to steal the lumens.
Yeah. They are sending greetings to the camera crew as well, likewise. Has anyone looked up the blog post I was looking about? If you had, please link it. Oh, Dave has linked it. Come on, open, open. Yeah, that's the one. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. That's the one. That's my actual block which I bought with my sample. I'm gonna go get it right now. No, I'm not. We need to be polite about other brands. Someone feels like 16 would work better in this build.
Yeah, but it's not divisible by 7.
Yeah, sorry. This is the Matrix 7.
That's the only problem.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one, Dave. That's the right blog, and you have the photos right in there. Actually, the photos which I took how many years ago? It was 2017, June, so actually 5 years ago. Wow. Any ETA on the pump rest CPU block?
We made it.
Yeah, but when is this gonna launch?
I think we're waiting for AM5.
We're not gonna launch it before that?
No.
Not even the Intel one?
Yes. The Intel one will end up launching before the AMD one. Anyway, yeah, about a month.
I speak the truth, only the truth. Here you see heavy tooling marks because it was fried together when I bought it. I saw some gunk inside of it, so I wanted to open it. And when I managed to open it, putting it in a vise, grabbing it very, very strongly, it came to this. So this is the actual stuff which is inside the blog post, and this is how galvanic corrosion looks like. This is stuff that you don't want. As you can see, the copper is not damaged physically, it's just a bit ugly. The gold plating has went away, but the aluminium, oh boy, yeah, I only speak the truth. And now it's paperweight. there a gold-colored cryofuel in the future? You mean like suspended gold particles or just yellow? Because suspended particles like glitter, not yet, not anytime soon. But you can make a yellow coolant. Those bubbles in the GPU block and the top of the GPU slots on the distro are bugging me so bad. Is the pump running now?
No, we don't have the power supply.
We will get rid of the bubbles when we turn the pump back on and we tilt it a bit. I asked earlier if you've got in mind a new style of the reservoir, something different, flat round style, something like the old school German. We might have an external unit at one point. It's not gonna be round, it's gonna be squarish, but it's gonna be external. Just put light beer in your loop. Yeah, that's it. Just put beer in your loop and you have gold coolant. Or maybe the other thing. You know, the shower thing.
Right.
So, the cables there are done.
I mean, the top half of the cables is done, but yeah.
We should get a cameraman
No, I'm not cameraman. No.
behind so that they can see what
We
we're
don't
doing.
need-
Or we can put the case flat on its face so that they see on top.
Let's put them all through then, and we'll put it down.
Okay.
Then I'll hide it with my hair.
Why isn't this cooperating? Why don't you cooperate? There you have it. Combs go in the back. There we have it. Plugs on the top.
So does the 24 pin come through
The top one.
under the RGB cables?
Let me check.
Yeah?
Yeah. But you have just unplugged one RGB cable.
No.
Yeah. Let me see if I could. The RGB cable is
They
not
just don't go right, do they?
is not the most sophisticated thing that was invented.
Then again, neither is RGB.
I mean, nothing wrong with it. That much. That much. Gold fluid, mystic fog. Yeah, you can do it like that as well. Someone liked my joke.
Wow.
Wanna do with your cable first, or should I finish my cable first?
Go for them.
This one's a bit tight. Come on. If I don't have to bother with the combs, I would have been much faster. One more to go. Why so silent?
Sorry.
Speak something, Joe.
Cable management before tubes. No. I think tubes are... I don't know, tubes come first for me. If I was like mocking up a build from scratch, if there was no distro plate, like I would put the biggest hardware first. So the motherboard, the graphics card in the case. Well, no, first figure out the radiators, then figure out the hardware, then figure out the tubes, and cables are kind of the last thing that can fit around anything, right?
I also do the tubes first because then you see the build and you say, ah, I have made such a nice build, and then you say, oh, now I have to do the cables.
Ah, I've ruined it.
Yeah. and actually doing the cables sometimes requires more time than the build itself. If you want to do it right.
Yeah, don't say that. We've been doing this for 4 hours.
There you have it.
Okay then.
I'm almost done.
Coming in.
I think case manufacturers need to rethink these grommets to be more wider.
They did rethink them a bit because you can swap them with a plastic version of it depending on how big your motherboard is. And I didn't know that in the first stream. And I just covered up the grommets until people told me.
Yeah, but like having 2 times 8 works out nice, but if you have 3 times 8, then you end up with this.
Ah. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this guy.
Infinity build. What's the infinity build? We have seen this question about the infinity build. Are you talking about the uniblock or which one? Hello from Germany, hello from Slovenia.
Did I do it? No.
He says, I would love to buy the infinity build case separately.
What?
I don't know. If you asked it
Is that a shop to look build called Infinity?
Let me check.
Okay.
EK-Matrix7.com.
Oh no. It's so tight that I broke the grommet.
The 24 pin.
Yeah.
It says resources. No, it's under custom loop. And it says quantum line shop the loop. Explore builds. Lunar, Codor in build, Two-Face, Conqueror, Digital Reef, Dragonblood, All Build, Carbon Lure build. White Horizon, Blue Build, Clone, Trooper, Red build, Blue build, Purple Passion. And there's no Infinity, so it's nothing. Chop the loop. The new build from Computex 2022.
What?
Oh, Infinity Ben's build.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Ben's case. You will have to talk to Ben. Is Ben still here?
Ben, come and plug your case.
Use this opportunity while you can. No, Ben's gone. And can someone link Ben's page here so that the guy can ask him about the case? It's a case from Ben. It's not from EK, although it was a bit inspired by our design.
Aww, the RGB fell off.
Again. You want some super glue.
That sounds bad. Okay, what cables?
I think that if you would remove the M.2 card, the GPU cables would work out much better.
What if I...
Or that.
What if I do that?
How many people do we still have entertained at this point? I'm having really a hard time finding my way around YouTube.
76.
Where does it say?
It just says under the live chat.
Live chat. It says zero.
That's how many characters you can type. Jesus.
It's alright.
It's not bad, is it?
It's alright.
It's really not bad.
Why is this one sticking out?
Oh, I tried to deal with him.
Pull him.
Ah.
Laptop needs air cooling. Will EK make cables? Probably not, because you have a very good cable company already existing. And you have many good custom cable sleevers.
Including you, when you put your mind to it one day.
Huh? So there's really like no place or interest of EK competing with making cables, and plus they send us all the cables.
Yeah, if they keep sending us cables, then it's okay. But if we had to make it every time, then we could try.
Yeah. Try and ruin their business.
I think that's the front side
Done?
done. We could maybe plug it in and turn it on and see if it sets on fire. Or, I mean, works.
Oh, your fan cable made an appearance.
Oh, yeah, he falls out all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it back. I'm sure it'll come out again.
At one
It
point.
needs like the right twist that it holds itself. Let's try that. Ah, that's better. Yeah, he's not coming back now.
Time to make it face down.
We
Face
can,
down on the ground.
we can just plug it in.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Now all the RGBs connected or not?
Yeah, so it's a good idea to test the RGB before you put coolant in.
Actually, it's
Before you even install it, just to be really sure.
an even better idea to test the RGB before it's inside the PC. But
Yeah.
hey, we are experts, so
Yeah, because if your GPU doesn't work or your motherboard doesn't work, it's not a big deal. But if your RGB doesn't work, oh dear. It's time to pack it in.
everything's ruined. Are we gonna finish this today, or we will have to continue it on the 28th?
I mean, it's looking good, isn't it?
Good looking good, yeah.
I think we can just do some cable ties and just, or very worst, just put the back panel on.
Yeah, like you have the meme about Homer Simpson being all stretched in the front, and then you.
It's not that bad. Maybe.
Not great, not great, not terrible. They are starting to get. Looks clean. I have a feeling that we should make fans with aluminum frames and nickel plate them.
Oof.
Just like that.
Yeah.
I mean, that would match this build. Why did you go with the satin titanium pump cover instead of... Yeah, because the fittings are satin titanium. Yeah. That's good. Some blue on the fans. Yeah.
Are we a bit ready?
Just got the console. Okay, yeah. By the way,
Ooh, rainbows.
the Rate My Build is actually heavily influenced by Donut Media. If someone ever watched them, it's a car related channel. I really like them, so If you like cars, check them out. They also rate cars. We rate builds. You wanna turn it on?
Yeah.
Should I do it?
Sure.
Where's the button? There you have it.
Oh, the button works and everything.
You should do something about these bubbles.
Smells fine.
Tilt it back a bit. Each RGB works, front, back, GPU block. I don't really agree with the Royal RAMs in here, but hey.
That's just the DDR4 we have. We have so much Royal DDR4.
Yes, I know.
Nice. Yeah, Neo would be my first choice.
We need to find it.
Yeah.
What would be the best way to integrate the Aqua Computer Leak Shield into a distro plate build? Well, none. Wow.
Is it time to go home or is it time to go to sleep?
It's time to take out the garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's get back to the question. Aqua Computer Leak Shield, actually none, because the Aqua Computer Leak Shield is specific for their reservoir, right?
Unless you want to take it apart and machine a new thing and put it into a little solid block, it's just in line in the loop. I'm just giving Aqua Computer product ideas here, so I'm going to stop.
Yeah.
No.
No. Unless maybe they want a collaboration with EK so that we make an integration into distros or something like that. Not throwing ideas at all. But unfortunately, no. It's either they start making distros or you just trust EK products that they won't leak. How about that? Or just leak test before.
Wee, bubbles.
I mean, for 5.5 years, while I'm professionally employed around liquid cooling, and even before, how many times have you heard that a build that was not leaking started leaking after a year, 2 or more?
I built at least 100 liquid cooled builds and was around at least 100 more that other people built around me. And I've known of 2 incidents of pump failure that resulted in
a leak.
And that's really unfortunate. And both of those were kind of made worse by PETG tubing. So when the pump failed, then the overheating coolant was enough to soften the tubing. So I would always recommend acrylic just to completely avoid that scenario. And in the hundreds of builds that I did with thousands and thousands of fittings, I had one single 90-degree rotary failed randomly after 2 years. So sorry, literally once.
Yeah. Each leak that I had was immediately upon filling.
Yeah.
Because I either didn't tighten a fitting or I didn't reinstall the O-ring correctly. I forgot a plug. And that's it. So if you do a leak test, you're like 99% clear of like any leaks, and if you have a leak, then you're quite unfortunate. But if you have a leak with EK parts, and if it turns out that it's material failure by EK and your hardware get damaged,
or also a genuine technical failure,
yeah,
on our part, yeah,
just contact EK support and EK will cover the hardware damage that was caused by the leak. For these reasons, EK blocks have little black orange stickers. I might not be able to find some now, because these are all pre-production samples. So no, but basically on the, if you're talking about GPU blocks, on the space where the plexi and the nickel joins, you have the leak.
I thought this through. No, I thought I'll get the bubbles out at the same time as putting it down.
Okay, so back to the topic. Where the plexi and the nickel joins, you have a small sticker which is a EK leak tester sticker. So here somewhere, which means that the product was leak tested by EK. And if it leaks, this means that it is material or technical failure of the product. And if your hardware was damaged, EK will cover for it. You can take the block apart, you can clean it, but you will break this small sticker seal. But this will not void your warranty. This will just void the leak test failure, which means that after, if the product leaks, it might have been just in improper assembly, and EK doesn't cover your damage. So don't take your blocks apart if you don't have to, really. And like we just said, like if you leak test your loop, you are 99% or even more safe about leaks. Tilton, turn the case. Come on, lift it, Joe.
I did it one way and it didn't work out, did it?
Come on, lift it.
Let's do the opposite way.
Yeah, there we go.
Did I do it?
Yeah.
You.
Has anyone heard about? Should I tell them or no?
I didn't get the message from just that.
Dishwasher soap.
Not the dishwasher soap. I guess it's a good opportunity to talk about surfactant and how the coolant works to get bubbles out.
Yeah.
And how you ever did it with dishwasher soap.
I didn't even do dishwasher soap.
I did when I did it based on your advice.
There's a trick that only if you're a professional mother, do not do this at home. If you have a build to do, and if you have limited time to do the photo shoot, and if you have millions of little bubbles in your distro reservoir, put a drop or two of dish soap inside your build.
Not two, just one. Literally a drop.
Yeah. This dishwasher is a surfactant, which means it breaks up surface tension, which means that if you put it inside your coolant, it will reduce the surface tension of the bubbles and they will free up and just leave the spot where they are hiding at.
Yeah, our coolants actually already have some surfactants. Yep.
I only ever had a leak was hiring up. Silver coil, yeah, silver coil was a thing back then, but don't do it. Not with nickel plate and stuff. Squeeze. Actually, no. It doesn't make bleeding the air faster and easier. Also, there's a misconception about if you leave the cap of easier. It's a misconception because air just goes from one spot in the loop to the other spot inside the reservoir, and your level will drop because coolant went where your air was. And this will happen regardless if you have the reservoir covered or not. If you have pressure buildup in your loop, then are you planning to producing some form of former velocity GPU blocks?
Yeah, he means the old design but with Matrix 7.
Sadly, no. Sadly, no. Only new stuff with the Matrix 7.
That's not to say we wouldn't consider rebooting like a really old school design.
Yeah.
definitely be interested in going back to like the first clean CSQ era or before even to the wave blocks. If there was some way to make the wave perform like today's blocks, that would be
crazy.
That would be really nice. Or if there are some like low power GPUs or something, we can make a throwback.
Also, one more comment about leaving the cap of the reservoir open. One more thing that also goes very bad is that the anti-corrosive agent inside the coolant evaporates, which means that if you leave your reservoir cap open for too long, your coolant will just lose its ability to fight corrosion. So also don't leave your reservoir cap open at all, not even for an hour. And that's it. While mentioning silver coil, has anyone heard of bluestone being used as a biocide? Have you heard about that? It's actually sulfur. Blue sulfur stone. This.
Oh.
Bluestone was used to spray plants to kill parasites. So it kills living organisms, and depending on the strength of the mix, some thought it was a good idea to put it inside the loop.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I don't think sulfur is the way to go.
No.
It would not pass the smell test.
Is the standard saw blade? Yes, it's a Makita, and it's the model name is Makita LS0815FL. It's very good, and I love it.
It is a standard saw blade, but as I've been trying to point out to Attila, it is also brand new, and we only cut plexi with it. And I think if we spent any time, like any serious time, cutting hardwoods with it, it wouldn't be much use for plexi.
Yeah. So we have this one for metals when we have to cut metal. But I did cut metal with that.
I know you cut metal with a nice new blade, yeah.
Voice is cutting out. Which one?
Did I break it?
I don't know.
I think it fits.
Yeah.
I think it probably.
Good enough.
It's not bad. I mean, I don't know.
It's good.
I don't know if that plastic panel fits back on.
Mostly better than mine, usually.
Yeah, I would have liked to have had the right splitters, like the 4 and the 2, so that I didn't have like extra loose ones there. But otherwise, I covered it very nicely with the cable mats.
Yes, and I see a pattern that you really hate these cables.
Yeah, I would have cut them off if this wasn't a free new sample that someone might want after this video.
Snip, snip. Need better cable management. You have been called out.
What?
Now he's gonna do his own cable. Stop.
Now I'm gonna cut those off. That's what's gonna happen.
I mean, your CNC case will be, yeah? But yes, bluestone, I have brought back some memories for some people. What else is like really old school liquid cooling? Bluestone, silver coil,
UV stuff, kink coils,
antifreeze.
Definitely antifreeze.
Come on. help us out. What is the like oldest liquid cooling advice that you heard?
Well, the oldest bad advice.
Yeah, oldest bad advice. I mean, it was good back then. Now it's just bad. Let me try.
I remember, like, and I'm not disagreeing with this, but I remember, but it's funny advice. I remember when everyone was using barbs, a lot of people that I knew who were trying to make really slick systems but still soft tube when hard tubing happened.
Didn't use any.
They were using, yeah, no clamps,
Yeah.
and using the wrong size tube for the barb so that it looked more parallel, like it didn't look stretched over it. So there was almost nothing holding it on, but it did work fine.
Yeah, I saw some of these.
Like, but I mean, they look great. You just can't touch it. So does that little thing? Does this come in and save the day?
Car radiators, yes.
Good job, Fractal.
I never did a car radiator thing. I just bought some Chinese. Oh, here's a funny story.
Huh? Nailed it.
Oh, almost.
Is that inside?
No, this one. Like that. Just hit it harder. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. At one point in my life, I had 0.85 Bitcoin.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I swapped it for 2 Chinese radiators, which were 240, quite thick ones. One was leaky, one slim radiator, one XSPC acrylic D5 combo without the pump, because the pump was dead. And I guess that's what's it. Good.
That was a sad story.
Good deal.
I thought you were going to say, and I swapped it for 2 Chinese takeaways, which would have been better.
Yeah. in a few years after, it turned out to be a bad investment.
Yeah.
Yeah. True story.
I think we did it.
But maybe that's what has gotten me into liquid cooling, and now here I am, entertaining 70-something people. Where's the back panel? There's the back panel.
This goes under, or do I need to take the front off? Or?
Maybe we will have to do the glass peel off camera so that we don't use so much plastic.
Oh yeah.
We got power cables, which...
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, old pumps, aquarium pumps. Let it slide mouse pad. If you have joined the party recently, we have new mouse pads in the shop, 4 sizes, 2 colors. Check it out. Does it fit?
Let's see.
It does fit. Nice.
Very
Tight.
nice.
Tight. It's nice and tight.
Bing. That's good stuff.
No fan in the back.
There's the glassy one, which probably isn't going to look good on camera.
So you put it here so that I...
Just kick it over and then I'll blame you.
Sabotage.
One peel.
Which peel?
The front one.
peel?
Yeah, front peel.
So we're gonna do the peel, and we're gonna end this live stream, unfortunately, because the build's ready. And we have to finish on either on the 21st or the 28th, and then we have no other Matrix 7 days. Thank you all for coming. Thank you for sticking with us and listening to my bad jokes. some are good. And anything to add, Joe, before you push the power button again?
I'm peeling.
You peel. Is this the power? Yeah, this is the power. Anything to add before we wrap it up? Great looking build. Some people argue that if you have a distro that all builds look boring and the same.
No.
I like came to a kind of a conclusion, like, would you be bored of seeing the same Porsche in different colors? No.
Have we kind of created a 911, which is
011.
refinable, but
011.
Okay.
911. So that's my argument against like every distro build looks boring.
I mean, this is like exactly how I wanted in my mind, like my first build to look.
Yeah.
And it took 3-4 months to achieve something not as good.
Yeah.
And the fact we legitimately did it in 2 live streams.
6 hours.
6 hours. Perfect.
There you have it. So it's not even just like doing just the loop. It's like the loop and the cables, 6 hours, which means that you can do it over a weekend. It will look perfect. If you contact the EK support or you browse our page enough, you will find the exact set of fittings needed for such build. So there's no...
Yeah, and also this exact build will also feature it and put every component that's inside it in the full list, so you can copy paste what we did.
So this build will be up on the shop.the loop page. Also the wide build that we showed for a brief second minute will also be up on the shop.the loop build, but the other wide build is not Matrix7, it's just an inspirational build, but this one is Matrix7 and it will be on the shop.the loop page, where you can just put the whole thing into your cart and just press buy and have a nice looking build in 6 hours. Anyway, let's wrap it up. Once again, thanks for sticking around. Big thanks for the cleaning lady to have us join on our live stream. That's it. Take care, people.
Also, shout to Fractal for sending us the case, G-Skill for sending us the RAM that we've now used over and over and over again, but we're still very grateful for that, and Cable Mod for the cable support as always.
And Matrix7, the main sponsor. And mousepad. And power.
Power!
More power! Bye-bye.